Welcome everyone to the CELPIP Writing Part 1 Writing an Email Analysis. Now I'm just here in the CELPIP library, CELPIP Part 1 Writing. And before we get started, I do want to remind you that Writing Part 1, Writing an Email, focuses more on CLB 4, 5, and 6. What does that mean? Well, that means that if you need to get that level 4, 5, or 6, then you should do better in this part than in part 2. That is because this part will be easier for you to understand and will be easier for you to express your ideas than in writing part 2. Okay? Now, if you need to get CLB 7 or higher, then it means that part 2 is more important for you. And in part 2, you can demonstrate higher level knowledge than in part 1. Both are still important, but part 2 is more important for higher levels, okay? Also, I want to remind you about this Writing Part 1 Tips and Strategies video. Now, that video will give you more details about how you can read the question, what strategies to use to answer the question, how to organize your answer, and some of the tips and strategies that I will be using in this email analysis, okay? So I will leave a link in the description box to that video. So let's look at today's email sample, email to an old friend, okay? All right, and then we do have 4 sections in here, the video that you're watching. Vocabulary building. Vocabulary building is a great exercise for you to improve your vocabulary. We have some words from this example, their basic meanings, some synonyms, some antonyms, and you should review the word list. And then after, you have this great exercise where you have to read the sentence and you have to put one word from the list to fit your sentence or to complete the sentence. Great exercise for you to improve your vocabulary. Okay? And then we have some sentence building. The sentence building exercises are really great. It teaches you how to construct stronger sentences, okay, or 2-clause sentence. We have here today using so. We have information clause, the connector, the resulting clause. Very good information about connecting sentences. And then this great exercise for you to write the sentence. The students study every day, the students study every day, so they will pass the exam. Great exercise for building sentences and writing for lower levels, okay? Great, now let's get started with today's analysis. And this example will be a 5-6 example, okay? Okay, so email to a friend, 27 minutes, okay? You have been thinking about one of your best friends. So you're thinking about your friend who you haven't heard from, so you didn't hear from them since you moved away from the same city. So you were living in the same city, you moved away, and you didn't hear from your friend, but you're thinking about them. Okay. So you would like to contact, okay, so you want to contact them to catch up on how things are going. So you want to know how everything is. You want to know how things are going. Okay. Write an email of about 150 to 200 words to your friend. Okay, your email must include the following points. Okay, so we're writing to our friend. Inform him or her how you have been lately. So how have you been lately? How are you these days? Have been from the past until now. That's present perfect. How have you been? Tell him of her some exciting news. So say some exciting news that you've had or that you have. Okay. Ask how he or she has been and plan to do something. So ask how everything has been and plan to do something, okay? Very good topic, okay? So everyone, before we start writing, I just want to remind you about our goals for 5-6, okay? First, we need to answer the question clearly. We need to make sure this is one problem that lower levels have. Sometimes when they write the sentences, it's not very clear. Even good grammar, but it's not clear. So we have to make sure that the ideas are clear. Then we need to use some kind of email structure with paragraphs. And we need to use some good sentence structure with periods, punctuation, commas, periods, it means. And we need to give some good ideas using some basic grammar vocabulary. And try not to have many errors. That's the most important. Okay? So then, I just do want to remind you that the first thing that we should decide about the email is if this email is informal, semi-formal, or formal. Now it's to your friend, so to your friend is informal, okay? And semi-formals like to your manager or someone in a little bit higher position at school, the teacher. And formal is more to the government, to very high positions, okay? So we are going to be following the informal structure that's in our guide. And if you want to look more clearly at the tips and strategies for this question, then there's a link in the description box to the tips and strategies video, okay? I will be following this guide while we write. And you can see that here is the guide. I have the guide here to help me, okay? So then, the first thing we want to do, okay, is introduce the question, the greeting. Who are we writing? So, hello, Justin. It's my friend Justin. How's it going lately? I'm okay, just busy with work and life in Canada. So, just a general sentence, everyone. You could say, in your new city, in my new city, in New York. Okay, I'm saying in the country, in Canada. Maybe your friend is in your home country, okay? So, again, everyone, I'm just introducing to who we're writing and general ideas. Now, why am I writing? Why am I writing? Okay. I'm writing because I have some very exciting news to tell you. Oh, okay. So mainly we are writing, it says here because we have some exciting news. Okay. And you want to say how everything is going? Okay. Very good. So everyone, I do want to remind you as well that I'm using color coordination. Blue will be my structure and sequencing, okay? And red will be my main grammar, and black every other part, okay? So everyone, that's my greeting. Now we need to leave a space, like we did here. And now we need to get to the first point, the first idea. Inform him or her how you have been lately. So this is to Justin, who is a man, okay? So my friend, he, okay, so that's why him. Okay. So let's tell him, how are we doing? Okay, let's see what we can say. First of all, lately, I'm working on a new project with a new housing construction company. Oh, very good. So how am I? I'm doing great. I'm working on a new project with a new housing construction company. Very good. Very good. So that's my first idea. Now, everyone, we should always give another idea for each side. 2 ideas is always better, okay? So I'm going to give another one here. Also, that's a very good connector. The job's very interesting because I get to do many different things which I didn't do before. Very good. So That's my second idea. Now, everyone, very good sentence structure. The job's very interesting. Why? Because. So, yes, the job's very interesting because I get to do many different things. Okay, very good. So, very good ideas, everyone. Again, what are you doing lately? So, very good. I'm working at a new company, at a new project, and I like the job. Now, everyone, I'm just using present tense to explain everything. Get to do, working, and also a little past tense here. Very good. Also, look very carefully. Commas, right? When we use good commas, we show we have good knowledge. Capital letters, periods, comma over here. So it's very important for structure. Let's get to our second point. Okay? Which is tell him or her some exciting news you have. Okay, so let's see. About my exciting news. Okay, directly about my exciting news. I'm going to get married in the next few months. Wow, very good. And I'm planning my wedding in Cancun. Okay, maybe we could say Cancun, Mexico, yes. Very exciting news. You see, I'm going to get future. And I'm planning my wedding. Very good connector. So I'm going to get married and I'm planning. Okay, very good. So that's one idea, but let's get to the next idea. We should put one more. How can we connect here? Let's see. Also, I rented a beachfront hotel. Oh, I rented a hotel. So I'm hoping everyone can come. Wow. So I rented, okay? We can say past, or we can say I'm going to rent. I rented, I will rent. Here it says already finished, I rented, okay? And now I'm hoping, I really hope everyone can come. Very good idea. Very exciting news, right? I'm getting married. So that's very exciting news. Very good paragraph. Notice we used three tenses here. Future, okay, continuous, past, and present. Very good. Very good sentence. So now let's get to the third point. Okay. Ask how he or she has been and plan to do something. Okay. So let's ask him, how is he, your friend, Justin? Anyway, I really want to hear about how's your life. Oh, very good. You see, I want to hear about your life, especially if you got the job you really wanted. Oh, so maybe Justin was applying for a new job and I really want to know if he got it. Very good. Okay. And another sentence. Also, I really want you to come to the wedding because we can have a good time. It should say we can have a good time. I'm going to put that in there. We, because we can have. Okay. So very good. Very good, everyone. So, how's your life? And I really want you to come. Remember, we said plan to do something. So I really want you to come to the wedding. Very good. Very good, everyone. So let's get to the last point, which is closing. Say thank you or say goodbye, okay? Please let me know if you'll come to the wedding as soon as possible. And I hope everything is good. Your pal Joe. 150 words. Very good. Very good, everyone. We should put a comma here and let's put that we over here again. So for the last part, we said, let me know if you're coming to the wedding. Very good idea to finish. Okay? And I hope everything is good with you. Very good. So everyone, this example for sure is an example of 6, okay? Or maybe even higher if you write perfectly. But I want to say 6 for quality. First of all, why is it 6? Because we answered everything clearly. All the ideas are clear. How you have been, I'm working at a new job. What's exciting, I'm getting married, I'm going to Cancun. Plan to do something, I want to hear from you and come to the wedding. So we answered every point clearly. So that's so important. Okay? Secondly, it's 6 or higher because we organized very well. From beginning to end, we have 5 paragraphs with really good connection. So that's so important. Having 5 paragraphs with really good connection. Anyway, also about this news, also. First of all, also. So it's very good to connect and organize like we did for level 6 or higher. And then, of course, we gave some really good ideas. Working on a new job, getting married, come visit me. I'm going to Cancun. Very good ideas. And also, we used some good grammar, but more important, we used all of the simple tenses really well. We used present, we used past, we used future, past. We used that very well. And we didn't give any, or we didn't make any grammar mistakes. Also with punctuation, commas, periods, okay? And whenever you can do that, you always get 6 or higher, okay? Now, level 5, let's be clear, level 5 they don't write 150 words, they maybe write 130, 140, that's one thing. And the second thing is they make many errors. Level 5 can make many errors in present, in past, in future. All right? And maybe their ideas sometimes are not 100% clear, like our example. Okay? Very good, everyone. So, to practice, we need to read and understand. And first, we should read and understand everything how we wrote it. For example, we have the topic, email to a friend. You have been thinking about one of your best friends you haven't heard from since you moved away from the city. So you would like to contact them to catch up with how things are going. So that's where we get our greeting. Greeting. Who you're writing, why you're writing. Hello, Justin. How's it going lately? I'm okay, just busy with work and life in Canada. I'm writing because I have some very exciting news to tell you. So we need to read and understand everything, everyone. And then write about the first point. Okay? Inform him or her how you have been lately. First of all, lately I'm working on a new project with a new housing construction company. Also, the job's very interesting because I get to do many different things, which I didn't do before. Very good. So you see, we're reading. Now, second point, connect to the second point and another idea. We need to read and understand how we organize the language. Tell him or her some exciting news you have had. About my exciting news, I'm going to get married in the next few months, and I'm planning my new wedding in Cancun. Also, I rented a beachfront hotel, so I'm hoping everyone can come. So we're reading and we're understanding the future, the ideas. How are we connecting sentences? with and also. Very, very important to read and understand. Third point, third idea, add another idea. Ask how she has been and plan to do something. Anyway, I really want to hear about how's your life, especially if you got the job you really wanted. Also, I really want you to come to the wedding because we can have a good time. Very good. And lastly, closing, say thank you and your signature. Please let me know if you'll come to the wedding as soon as possible. And I hope everything is good. Your pal, Joe. Very good. So you see, reading and understanding how we organize the ideas, the language, the grammar, very important, everyone. And for that, I will be leaving a link in the description box to our question. Okay. The last part, everyone, should be you should practice by reading and writing that email in 27 minutes by yourself without reading. Can you do that? Can you write? Can you write the email? Can you write everything? Usually level 6 they can. In 27 minutes they can write the sample answer. Okay? Level 5s, maybe you have some problems in the beginning, but the more that you read, the faster that you can learn to write that email. Okay? So try to write the email by yourself in 27 minutes. That will be excellent practice. Okay. And then lastly, everyone, let's not forget about CELPIP Library. You should subscribe to CELPIP Library. CELPIP Library has over 60 examples of writing part 1, and this will be an excellent way for you to improve your knowledge about different topics and writing ability and structure, okay? So I strongly recommend that you subscribe to CELPIP Library. And now with discount code CELPIP79, again, that's discount code CELPIP79, you can get a 3-month subscription of CELPIP Library for only $10.99 Canadian. That's a really great deal, everyone. And I think that you will improve greatly by following CELPIP Library. And don't forget, practice makes perfect.